we never really lived at a better time than now for which to have choices about how we go about things. It's not necessarily about making millions of dollars or a whole bunch of money. It's having the freedom to do what you want and the freedom to make choices about your life in a very conscious way. And in that sense, you are actually living a creative life, living the life you want. And instead of saying, well, I'm just here to pay the bills, I'm just here for whatever, and I'll just take whatever comes my way. What if instead of saying that, you actually said, I'm going to consciously create this going forward. And there are sacrifices you have to make to do that. There's no doubt that you'll make sacrifices along the way for that. It's a choice. I think in making that choice, you actually open up to a lot more possibility than going for a life of default. Think about all the people going for the life of default. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, it can be limiting if you're trying to expand your consciousness. Because I really don't think we can expand our consciousness by working 40 hours a week and just trying to get everything shoved into a weekend. That's just not possible. You need a lot more time to contemplate, to go forward with a sense of discovery in mind, and to explore consciousness itself, to look beyond the boundaries that we've been given. I don't think it's accidental that we're shoved into these constructs and made to conform to, corporate needs, to the needs of so many other things beyond our own empowerment. I think it's when we give ourselves the permission to go forward with that discovery process and with your own interest in mind. And people say it's selfish, sure, but I don't think it really is when you look at it in a larger context. There are cases where it obviously is. You can see where that's maybe true. But there's so many other instances where people think they're being selfish, and they're not at all. They're just putting all of what they want on the back burner for everybody else in the service mindset, which is totally great in some respects, but it negates the ability for the individual to help the collective evolve, because I don't think we evolve in isolation, and we need each other for that evolvement. But you have to take some ownership of your own needs, wants, desires, and so on. Like, don't just put it to the back burner and say, my needs are unnecessary. No, go forward and grasp them. Go for it. Go 100% towards it, because that's what's going to drive you forward. And as you drive forward, it drives other people forward and sparks a whole evolution that we wouldn't get if we didn't just go for it.
And holy moly, if we're not here for evolution, what are we here for?
As the shaman says, it's evolutionary, and we're not alone in our evolutionary development. We spark each other's development on an individual and larger context. I think collectively we need a lot more exploration in our lives to understand what's really going on. And so people doing sabbaticals, if you look at the benefits of a sabbatical, it's something that more people should be taking, non-academically, to really kind of get a chance to step away from everything and have that time to allow, to contemplate, to be instead of always doing. It's this doing that's going to get us in trouble. And when we offset that doing with a little more being and allowing and discovery, there's magic that happens there. And if you try it yourself, I think you'll experience some of that. If you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a like. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time.